In a recent interview with Ben Meiselas over at the Midas Touch Network, Anthony Scaramucci told listeners about what he calls the Melania Standard.
Nobody wants her to win more than me. Maybe Melania Trump. That could be the only person I think of, because she hates him. Like I judge the hatred of Donald Trump by the Melania Standard. Like Ben hates Trump, but slightly less than Melania. My wife hates Trump as much as Melania. I've met one person that actually hates Trump more than Melania. That's General Milley. He's the only guy I've met so far that actually hates him more than Melania. You know what I mean? I always judge the hatred of Trump by the Melania Standard.
The Melania Standard is Scaramucci's personal benchmark for how much someone hates Donald Trump. According to him, only General Milley, who Trump threatened to have killed, hates Trump more than Melania does. And that is funny because Melania is Trump's wife. It's also funny because both Scaramucci and Milley have worked for or with Trump in the past.
We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
And just a refresher on Scaramucci, he joined the Trump administration in July of 2017 as the communications director, and he left the Trump administration in July of 2017. His official start date was July 25th, and by July 31st he was out, having only served officially for a record-setting 6 days. Before Scaramucci, Jack Kohler had the record for shortest tenure, only serving under the Reagan administration for 11 days before it was found out that he had been a child Nazi. Anyway, for a while after his dismissal from the administration, Scaramucci still remained a loyal Republican and Trump supporter. By his own admission, it took him a bit longer to see what Trump's critics had always understood to be true about the then president. But once he saw what everyone else was seeing, Scaramucci admitted that he had been wrong in his support of Trump, and he course-corrected. He supported Joe Biden in the 2020 election, and now he's supporting Kamala Harris. But what about his Melania Standard? Well, it's no hot take to say that Melania doesn't seem to like her husband very much. Since Trump first started running for president in 2015, it's been widely reported by insiders and journalists that Melania would rather not be the first lady, that she doesn't entirely support her husband's campaign, that their marriage is just one of convenience for the both of them.
You're not the first lady to have to deal with her husband's alleged infidelities. Has this put a strain on your marriage?
It is not concern and focus of mine. I'm a mother and a first lady, and I have much more important things to think about and to do.
Viral videos of Melania swatting Trump's hand away from hers have become common, along with videos of her smiling for cameras, only to immediately drop the fake smile once she thought the cameras had moved on. When Trump won the White House in 2016, it took Melania months to move to D.C. with her husband. She claimed at the time that she was waiting for their son Barron to finish the school year, but she also used that time to renegotiate her prenup. Once she was in the White House, she seemed to be staging silent protest through her fashion choices, wearing blouses that seemed to suggest that she stood in opposition of her husband's derogatory statements on women, and professing that she doesn't really care about her duties as the First Lady or the issues facing Americans. She also expressed frustration when she decorated the White House for Christmas, and rather than looking cheerful and festive, it just looked like Valley Forge during the Revolutionary War, either that or The Handmaid's Tale.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No,
where I am, I'm working like my ass off.
I know.
That Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but imagine 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break.
But here's my thing. Hear what you just said, but instead of that, if your messaging, you were so loved.
They would not do the story. We put it out. They would not do the story.
I'm telling you.
You would not believe it. They would not do the story because they are not they would not do the story because they are against us, because they're liberal media. Yeah, if I go to Fox, they will do the story. I don't want to go to Fox.
Then, while Trump was sitting in a New York City courtroom defending himself against allegations of sexually abusing women, Melania was nowhere to be seen. Republican talking heads mused that her presence would have actually helped his case. If his wife stood by him, if she seemed to believe that he was innocent, then maybe the jury would also believe that he couldn't be all that bad. Melania didn't even do that much for her husband. When Trump decided to launch his third consecutive presidential campaign, Melania was understandably, allegedly distraught. According to reports, she didn't want to be part of another presidential campaign, and the reports are easy to believe because Melania has been largely absent from the campaign trail. She was invited to speak at the Republican National Convention to introduce her husband, and she declined the invitation. She showed up to the RNC, which was nice of her, but that was it. And it really was it. The RNC was 2 months ago. Melania hasn't been seen with Trump since then. Instead, Trump has been posting about his lawyer, Alina Habba, all over social media, and Melania has been posting about her love for New York City. On X, she wrote, "New York City captivated my heart the moment I arrived 28 years ago today. This electrifying town isn't just my home, it's a colorful canvas where dreams come alive. New York's iconic skyline and vibrant culture inspire me every day." The post has been described as cryptic, with Melania seemingly telling the world that she would much rather stay in New York than go back to the White House. The post also reminded people that despite Barron Trump seemingly taking on a larger role in the Trump campaign now that he's 18, he's also nowhere to be found. He's supposedly attending school somewhere in New York, but it's not being reported where, and that's fine. I don't particularly care about Barron. I don't think most people care about Barron, apart from the fact that we're being told that we should now care about him. He was, however, responsible for his father's very weird interview with a right-wing Gen Z YouTuber who is best known for sniffing butts and being illiterate. According to Trump, it was Barron's suggestion that he sit down with Aiden Ross as part of his effort to engage the youth. Anyway, the Daily Beast has reported Scaramucci's comment about the Melania Standard as a bombshell, but is it really? Maybe not, but what's interesting to me about stories like this one is that Trump is such a horrible person that even as he's running to be the head of the party of family values, his own family can't even be deigned to show up for him. You reap what you sow, Donald. When your relationships are transactional, including the relationships you have with your wife and children, this is, I guess, what happens, all right? That's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.